The final tune-up for the Knoxville Nationals is over, and we'll talk today about important runs for several drivers. We've got some insight into whether the Cappy is a good preview for Nationals success. We'll also get into the Front Road Challenge, the Indiana Sprint Week finale, and more. Let's go. It's Monday, August 5th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is Dirt Tracker Daily, presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. The innovative myKubota app is an essential tool for managing your Kubota equipment efficiently and effectively. With real-time monitoring, maintenance reminders, and diagnostic alerts, myKubota streamlines operations and helps prevent breakdowns. You can also access helpful Kubota resources such as maintenance schedules and manuals, investigate fault codes, get help with step-by-step maintenance guides, and watch video resources to get the most out of your Kubota machine. And if you need parts or service, you can quickly locate the nearest dealer to your current location. Take control of your equipment and streamline your workflow today with myKubota. Download the app now and experience the difference. You can find the app in the Google Play or Apple App Stores. You can click the links below in the video description here on YouTube or scan the QR code on your screen. Knoxville Nationals festivities are off and running with the Capitani Classic happening last night. They had an event record 82 cars signed in, which shows just how important it is to continue getting laps in the lead up to prelim nights that start on Wednesday. There were some notable absences last night that included David Gravel, Logan Seavey, and Bill Baylog, all of those obviously full-time World of Outlaws drivers. And then the one missing high-limit full-timer was Jacob Allen. There was also no Kyle Larson in the field following his Ironman 55 weekend sweep. Larson hasn't raced in the Cappy since he won it in 2020. Last night's main event came down to Darren Pittman and Rico Abreu, with Rico leading 17 laps and taking the $13,000 victory. Gio Scelzi and Carson Macedo rounded out the podium, with early leader Pittman fading to fourth. I think if we look at last night as a bit of a barometer for what's to come later this week, we definitely saw some good signs for several drivers. Obviously, Rico looks fast after the win and qualifying P2 in his group. Crew Chief Ricky Warner has had more success at Knoxville than absolutely about anybody, and this track has been a focus for this team this season. Rico ran both Outlaw shows there in June, plus made 2 weekly appearances in July. They've also spent significant time with cars on the dyno, and that included some in recent days. In the past, Rico has raced the weekend before the Nationals with regular appearances at the Ironman 55, and then last year it was the 360 Nationals. This team, though, deciding to take Friday and Saturday off this year and instead focus fully on Knoxville. Darren Pittman said last night he thinks the 24 car is the one to beat this week. At this point, though, Rico does not have a Nationals top 5 finish in his career. His best ever result was last season, where he came home 7th. We'll see if this is Rico's year, as they appear to have kind of pulled out all of the stops in search of Nationals success. I also think last night was an important performance for Carson Macedo. That team has not been good on half miles this year. They struggled out of the gate at Volusia. They didn't run well at Knoxville in June, and they missed the main event at the Kings Royal here not that long ago. Showed plenty of speed last night, though, which has got to be a relief for them going into these prelim nights. This team has won the Nationals before, obviously, with a different driver, but it's been strange to see Macedo regress on half miles, as they had been a real strength of his, kind of World of Outlaws career. I was also impressed with Corey Day's 23rd to 8th charge. I think he's a sneaky one to watch all week, especially with the Knoxville win earlier this season against the Outlaws. I've been asked a bunch lately about, picks for the Nationals, who the dark horses could be. The Nationals is not really an event where you're going to get a lot of dark horses. It's just not really kind of set up that way. You've got to have a lot of speed in your car to be able to have success here, but Day is a guy that you should be paying attention to. And some guys who had issues last night that included Tyler Courtney, who had contact with the wall in his heat race, and James McFadden, who had a flat tire in the B-main. Brent Marks also with B-main issues, struggling with brakes. I would still expect all three to be strong later this week. None of those issues that they had were really performance things, more just bad luck. If you're curious about how Cappy winners have done at the Nationals, there is good news. Brad Sweet and David Gravel won the Nationals after taking the Cappy in 2018 and 2019. Larson won both as well in 2020, although the Saturday race that year wasn't technically the Nationals because of COVID. The Cappy was rained out in 2023, but the 2022 winner in Logan Seavey finished 3rd in the Nationals that season. Only twice in the past 11 years has the Capitani Classic winner missed the Nationals feature. That was Bronson Mason in 2012 and Ian Madsen in 2014. Looking ahead, things at Knoxville are quiet until Wednesday. There is a kickoff party on Tuesday evening at the track if you're in the area. That includes the Queen Contest, but there will not be any cars on track. Tonight and tomorrow, there are outlaw carts at nearby English Creek Speedway, and the Front Row Challenge is on track today at Southern Iowa Speedway. 410s and 305s on the card with $21,000 going to the winner. I'd guess high 30s or low 40s for car count on the 410 side. James McFadden actually won this race a year ago. Kyle Larson had won 3 of the previous 4. Some names to expect tonight at Oski include Larson, Anthony Macri, Brad Sweet, Parker Price Miller, Spencer Baston, Casey Kane, Carson and Cole Macedo, and more. This is an event. It's not going to draw everybody over from Knoxville. A lot of guys are going to want to do maintenance today and tomorrow, really set themselves up for Wednesday. They're not going to want to put stuff at risk. So you're not going to get everybody, but you will still have a very nice field there. If you aren't headed to the track, Flow Racing will have live coverage. If you need a Flow Racing subscription, click the link below in the video description or any of the links over at DIRTRACKR.com. That helps me out at no additional cost to you and gets you everything on Flow. Before we move on, we've had a few new editions of the Slider hit email inboxes recently. Len Hayward had a piece not long ago looking at the effect of the battle between the World of Outlaws and High Limit this season, kind of overall in sprint car racing. And then yesterday, Jacob Horde wrote about his experience this season at the Prairie Dirt Classic at Fairbury. You can read both of those issues and also sign up for free to get them delivered right to your inbox over at DIRTRACKR.com/theslider. If you'd like to contribute to the Slider, shoot me an email or DM me over on social media. At Bloomington on Sunday, Indiana Sprint Week closed out, and Logan Seavey did get his week-long championship, although it wasn't without plenty of drama. On lap 11, while running third, Seavey banged off the turn 4 cushion and went flipping. The front end completely destroyed on the Abacus 57, but an army of crew guys descended on the car in the work area, and they were able to get Seavey rolling. I don't even know what the number was. It looked like maybe 25, 30 people were kind of all over that race car. A 15th place finish at the Checkered was good enough for Seavey to clinch the title by just 13 points over Brady Bacon. It was Seavey's first ever Sprint Week championship. Out front, the battle for the race win came down to kind of a battle between Briggs Danner and Dazen Persley, both eventually leading laps. Danner took over for good on lap 20 and led the rest of the way for his second career national sprint car victory. Persley and Bacon were the rest of the podium, but I think Danner and Persley here are just on their way to stardom, and it was fun to watch those two battle through traffic. Danner has now led laps in 7 series races this season, really seems to be ready for a breakout. Oh, and the flying sprint car tail tank counter, yeah, that went up again yesterday. These things... tinfoil. I don't know. Like, what is the issue here? The USAC Sprint Car season continues in 10 days with a return to Red Hill Raceway on August 15th. The next USAC national event of any kind is the Silver Crown Cars at Jennerstown this coming Saturday. That's it for today's episode of The Daily. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube or the podcast places. You can also like and follow Dirt Tracker across Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, all of those social media places. Hope you guys have a great Monday out there. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.